Hi, this is video number 4 and we're going to look at a very simple card trick. It's simple to do it, but it needs to be done reasonably well to carry it off. Okay, so we take a deck. It doesn't have to be a full deck this time, but you might as well always work with a full deck. That means that you never have to worry if all the cards there or not. Okay, so the card trick is we get someone to, first of all, people see us shuffling the cards. We cut the deck. We can cut the deck a second time, and we can cut the deck a third time. We can even hand the cards out to be shuffled if they want. There are lots of ways to get people to choose a card, and it's nice to do it differently each time so that you're not always spreading the cards out and saying choose a card. You're not always just doing that. So this time what we're going to do is hold the deck. We're going to start riffling down through the deck. That's called riffling down through the deck. You just simply bend the cards a little so that they stick out. Makes it easier to riffle. And you say to your victim, tell me when to stop. So as they go down, doesn't make any difference, they'll say stop. You can say, this is where you wanted me to stop. Are you happy with that? If you're not happy, I'll go a little bit further. You're happy? Okay, I'm going to give you a card. So you give them the top card and they go off and they look at it. As soon as they take the card and start looking down at it, you take the cards in your hand. You put the hand that's under the deck around so your fingers are touching the top card. And with this hand over the deck so no one can see, what you're going to do is pull that card out and around on the bottom. Okay, so what you're going to do is pull that card out and around on the bottom. From another angle, you're going to pull it out and around and onto the bottom. Okay, now when you're doing this, you have this hand closer so people won't see it, and it goes onto the bottom fairly quickly. If you take 2 cards, it's not the end of the world, but be aware if you take 2 cards because you have to put the 2 back eventually. So they're looking at their card, they're showing it to their friends, I hope, and you have put that card on the bottom. So now all the cards are facing downwards except for one. One card is facing the opposite way to all the others. Okay, so now you casually again, as you're talking, nobody notices, you're just moving around, you turn the cards upside down so that one out of sync card is on the top. You don't need to know what card this is, but we'll look at it just so that we know. You ask your victim to put the card anywhere in the deck they want. And when they put it in, you need to get this card back onto the other side of the deck. So if you're confident that you can do it, right, you can pull it round, but that can be a bit obvious sometimes. So what you can say is, I'm going to make this trick even harder and I'm going to put the deck behind my back. So you put the deck behind your back. I'm not, obviously I can't show that in this, but with the deck behind your back, you simply take the card that's the wrong way around, flip it over and make a noise as if you've done something more than that. So what you've done is you've taken that card that's the wrong way around, you've put it up the correct way without looking at it, and you make a little noise. Then you come back and you say, what card did you pick? And they will tell you, I forget what it was it the 6 of spades? And you can then say, well, of all the cards in the deck, they're all one way except your card. Isn't that very unusual? Or any sort of pattern that you like. So that's the easiest way to do that trick. Put the card right way around. That's the easiest way to do that trick. As I said, you can do it twice if you want to, but the chances are, if you try to do it to flip the card the second time, it might be that someone will notice the flash of core. Might be. So you have to decide yourself. Remember, You're always super critical of your own tricks. You're always super critical, and you think that everybody sees everything you're doing, but people don't because they're not expecting it. So that's the trick for first trick this evening. I'll come back with another one later.